This is John Paul Rye. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Today, going over a little article here. It says, guidelines released for reopening Disney World, but will they work? So the big question in the air is, when will Disney reopen, and can it reopen? They've got a plan that goes phase by phase, so let's take a little look here. The question of when Disney parks in North America will reopen is a huge question looming over both the industry and fans of the happiest place on earth. The iconic parks have been closed since March, resulting in huge losses for the company and uncertainty for the cast members. While everything is uncertain for the parks, there may be some hope or at least guidance for the possible reopening of Disney World. First off, why are we talking only about Disney World? Well, the decision of when to open the doors of their theme parks is in many ways not in Disney's hands, but up to the state and local regulations, and orders regarding gatherings of large groups are still in effect. So the thing is, as we know, Disney's got a lot of power, but in this case it seems like I'm not sure if they could quite manipulate things because of the unique situation. In California, where leaders are being extremely cautious, it certainly looks all theme parks will remain shuttered through the summer, if not longer. The plan also calls for a phased reopening. This is what I was talking about before. With the parks reopening at reduced capacity for phase 1, the parks would be allowed to operate only at 50% capacity, then 75% for phase 2, phase 3 would be back to normal. So the thing is this, when you go to Disneyland, you want this fun, happy experience. You don't want this. In the mask, you can't really smile at people. It's kind of like nerve-wracking. You don't want to be like sanitizing your hands right before you go on rides. You know, you're trying to have fun. These guidelines are still being worked out, but they are based on guidance from the White House, which doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. But Florida has been a vanguard for doing the least possible to slow the spread of the coronavirus and is already starting to reopen beaches and other public spaces today. All of this effort to reopen comes as Florida just hit 32,800 coronavirus cases and yesterday had their biggest spike in deaths. Orange County's Economic Recovery Task Force says they think the parks have a chance of reopening by June under guidelines that set specific standards and mandates for hotels, restaurants, movie theaters, and theme parks. Many of these guidelines require masks, sanitizer everywhere, social distance between things like lounge chairs and groups seated in movie theaters, and for business to operate at reduced capacity. Also, no dishes in rooms and room service modified to contactless delivery. For parks, the Orange County guidelines sound a lot like what grocery stores and other services are doing across the country. Face masks for all employees, sanitizer at every entrance, and regular wipe downs of surfaces, and of course, 6-foot separations in line ride queues. But is that feasible for a place like Disney World, where standing in line is a huge percentage of the experience? Yeah, I forgot about that too. I mean, sometimes you have to stand in line for like an hour or more or something like that. So I really can't imagine like people in masks, like worrying about their hands and like social distancing are going to enjoy their time standing around in Disneyland. And not for nothing, but you're paying to go in. Maybe they'll have a discount, I don't know. But if it was me, if I actually at some point decided to take my family to Disneyland, I want to get the most out of my money. It might be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I don't want to go when it's in this condition. I mean, just saying. You know, hey, if I was like a wealthy guy, I still wouldn't go, but maybe the money would be less of an issue because I could just go the next time or something. But either way, it's looking like probably going to be a rough future. Now, on a personal note, I hope somehow that everyone in Disney who works there, you know, finds financial safety, this and that, if need be, gets a new job. But I also hope, aside from everything, that somehow Star Wars falls out of Disney's hand, because I am not a fan of the Disney Star Wars franchise, and just maybe in this case, something will happen to it. It's not looking like they're having an emergency yet, but we shall see. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think down below. I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. Smash that subscribe button. If you do, I'll be pretty happy about it. If you don't, I guess I'll get over it. That's life. See you next time.
If you are not subscribed to this channel, The Entertainment Hacker, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button now.